I was just thinking about my 20s. It's exciting, but at the same time, it was really scary as well because you're now an adult and you've got to take full responsibility of every decision that you're making. But no one has taught you to become an adult. You're just thrown into it. There's no guidebook, there's no map. Nothing tells you how to become the person that you want to be. So after a deep reflection to my past and my journey, I've broken it down into 3 areas in my life: myself, my wealth, and my relationship. When I was about to graduate, I keep getting this advice from other adults saying, follow your passion. They told me if I end up doing what I love, I'll never work a day in my life. Well, now looking back, I have to tell you that this is probably the worst advice that I ever got. Because I remember at that point when I heard that, I keep asking myself, what on earth is my passion? And I was thinking to myself, I wasn't even sure what my passion really is. I bet it's the same for you. Maybe you have 2 or 3 passions or no passion at all. One of your passion is sleeping. No, I think the worst part about this advice is this: it makes you think that there's only one path in your life that can make you happy. So you get so caught up by it, thinking that every single decision that you're gonna make, what if you don't end up living that life that's so-called your passion? It ends up making you paralyzed because you dare not take the second step. What if you get it wrong and it's not your passion? At first I thought it was weird. Maybe I'm just not good enough, that's why I don't have a passion. But over the years, I learned this one thing. You know what? Instead of finding a passion, learn to develop a passion. It's real. Passion doesn't just come onto your lap one day and you end up falling in love with something and you get so good at doing it. Research has shown that passion comes after trying something, discovering yourself liking it, then investing time to develop mastery over it, not before. So instead of thinking about passion, take action. Just do it! The next thing we need to talk about, self-love. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that self-love is bad. I think it's a great thing, but I think that we may have gotten the definition wrong. Today, very often when we talk about self-love, it's all about feeling good and feeling happy. Don't do things that you don't like. As long as you are happy, everything is fine. But we forgot there's one important part about love, which is the tougher side of it. Getting out of your comfort zone, grow, and live a life of fulfillment. Those are not the things that are fun. Think about what is love. The most purest form of love that you can probably find is between a parent and a child. I'm a parent. I know that. I love my kid. I would bring him to fun fair, I would play with him, I'll do all sorts of stuff with him just to make sure that he's happy and enjoying his life. But at the same time, I make sure that he picks up his mess, does the right thing, and I make sure that he's not on the iPad all the time, to discipline him, to make sure that he grows into a person and does the right things in life. That's the kind of love that we need for ourselves, especially in our 20s. When we were researching about this topic, I asked many of my friends, what are some things they wish they learned in their 20s? And all of them said this one thing: they wish they started saving early. I think many of us, when in our 20s, we forgot the importance of saving. It's not to say that we do not save. Most of us probably save some, but every other month we would dig back into the saving to buy some stuff. End up leaving our saving account with 0. We just keep delaying saving our money because we feel we're young, we're still in our 20s and we still have a lot of time. Well, you don't. And by the time you're aware about it, it's probably too late. For those of you out there, I'll encourage you to read this book called The Psychology of Money. It talks about this particular concept that will help you to build a saving habit called the Ulysses contract. The idea is to force yourself to save against your will. Because the nature of people is to spend, and the only way to actually save up is to force yourself to save. And thankfully for us Malaysians, we have KWSP, where we put in our money and we're not allowed to withdraw until 60. Because if we are allowed to withdraw from it any point of time, trust me, most of us will end up very poor by the time we retire. So yes, if you want to build a habit of saving, probably the best way is to utilize something like KWSP for long-term saving or other products that can help you to lock your money in for a long term without allowing yourself to touch that money until you retire. Forced saving is the best saving. Now some of you may be telling me this:
Peter, I'm not saving because I'm investing most of my money for better returns.
Well, great! Good news for you. In fact, in Mr. Money TV, we totally believe in investing. That's one of our main topics here. However, over-investing and ignoring cash simply because of the lower return can be really dangerous. Now, I want you to think about life as a monopoly game. There are probably 2 kinds of players. The first kind is the ones who will play the game mindlessly. They'll just roll the dice, going through it every round, collecting their paycheck, not really sure how they're gonna win the game. Then there's the second kind, the ones who play the game with an intention to win. They are the ones who will be developing some strategy along the way, going through the round, executing their strategy, whether is it to buy more properties or to buy the most expensive property and collect the best rent. The point is, they are playing the game with an intention and a strategy. Remember we talked about life as a Monopoly game? There are people who go through the round, their goal is to buy as many property as they can, but they forgot to think about the amount of money they have. And when they accumulate so much of property and they accidentally landed on someone else's property and they had to pay the rent, but they can't afford to because they ran out of cash. That could lead them to a bankruptcy. In my 20s, just like Monopoly, I discovered the beauty of property investing and I bought many properties in a short period of time. Although the properties are fine, it did not make me lose money and I made good profit out of it, but somewhere along the line, my business had some issues and I needed some cash and I did not have that cash. So I ended up swiping my credit card and maxing it out and carrying a bunch of credit card debt for a period of time. The point I want to make is this: investing is good, but remember, cash is king. And it's the same with life. You're going to live your life with intention, and that intention will develop into a strategy. And when I talk about intention here, I'm not talking about big things like becoming Albert Einstein or determining your career path. I'm talking about intention even in the small things. Small things such as, I just want to be better in talking to people, in communicating. Then when you go to a party, you will talk to people, practice, and you will take note of how you actually behave yourself, how you deliver certain message, how you carry a conversation and improve every time. That is intention. And you want to practice this intention as early as you can, especially in your 20s, because it will bring compounding returns in improvement of your skill set. You are the average of the 5% that you spend the most time with. The point is this: the type of friends that you choose to surround yourself with have a strong influence over your future. In short, your friends determine your future. Have you heard of the phrase, if you hang out more with chicken, you'll become a chicken, and if you hang out more with eagle, you become eagle? So what do you want to be, a chicken or eagle?
I would like to be a terrorist.
But what if you just don't have the right friends now, or you're friendless?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Well, then you're gonna learn how to network with the right people. And networking is not as simple. You're gonna have a strategy and do it intentionally. If you want to learn how I do my networking effectively and some of my strategies that I employ, check out this video.